What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm coming to you from inside my house. This is part 2 of surviving a lease purchase. And as I said before in part 1, we were looking at getting the home front set up and squared away before you jumped into the truck. Now we're gonna get into the part 2 of before you jump into the truck and what you need to have established and what you need to have done before you decide to do it. So first things first, give you a little off of my experience of what I did when I was with Knight, and then I jumped over to FedEx ground. Um, what I did was I established my transportation side of my business. So what I went and did was I have Steel Hogging Productions, which is the photography and everything else that I do with it, that side of the company. But what I went and got was a DBA, doing business as, which I went to San Bernardino County and got that filed and did all of that paperwork. Once I got that, what they did was they put I had to put my DBA out into the newspaper, and I had like a bunch of people calling me because it becomes public record. Like I had a my Vonage, I had a business phone line and all the whole 9 yards. So they put it out in the newspaper and they run it, I think, for like 30 days or something, and then it establishes a valid DBA. At the same time, I also filed the DBA for Wyoming Corp. It was like $258. So I had Steel Hogging Transportation was born. Once I did that, I went and opened up Steel Hogging Transportation's business account at Wells Fargo. And what I did was I opened up a checking, a savings, and a payroll. And with the business, since I'm incorporated, it was an S corp. So I did the S corp, and once I had the S corp filed, I had to file my open up my business account, which I had the checkings, the savings, and the payroll. And what I did was, okay, the checking account was basically used for this. Any type of repair, no, well, yeah, any type of, like, say if I went out and I need a refrigerator, I needed to get bug wash or whatever I needed for the truck, came out of the checking account of my business of Steel Hogging Transportation. Now the savings account, what I used it for was like a backup emergency maintenance fund, because I have the what do you call that? The MMA account that bases my maintenance account, and I also had a savings account for emergency maintenance, just in case if I didn't have enough in my MMA, I had enough in my savings. And what I did was I had the payroll also. Now my payroll account was strictly payroll. Whenever I needed to pay myself, it came out of my payroll account. My payroll company would pull out of the checking account, my business checking, and they would transfer it into my payroll. And well, I would transfer whatever I needed. Say if I was getting paid $800 that week, well, I'll transfer 800 from the checking into the payroll. Once it hit the payroll, boom, it went from there. My payroll company will call me. They'll pull it out of my payroll account, and then they'll send it to my personal checking account, which I had at a what do you call that? Credit union, which I'll get into detail about that later. So, you have the checking account, you have the savings account, and now you have the payroll. And at the same time, what I did was I established my DUNS number for the transportation side. And once I did that, I went to dnb.com. I established it. They gave you an option to do 30 days or you could rush it. I think it takes like a week if you rush it, and it's like $50. Well, back then it was 50. I'm not sure if it is now, because that was, I think, back in 2012, 2013 when I did it. So it might have went up, might have went down. I really don't know. You would have to check into that. But I established the DUNS number. As soon as I got the DUNS number, which I had to check my spam folder because it was sitting in there, I was like, what the heck? It's been a week. I paid $50. Where's it at? And they're like, check your spam folder. I went and checked it. Boom, it was right there. And I felt stupid because I went off on the poor people. Um, Once I did that, I went to, what do you call that, Capital One, and I opened up a secure business card. And what I did with that was I took $500. That's really, I'm just like, just trying to establish it. Took $500 and boom. Opened up a secure business card with my DUNS number and my EIN. Did not use my personal social security number whatsoever. Completely separate. You got to separate all that. Once I did that, boom. I had, I had a business credit card under my DUNS number. Then what I did was I got a fuel card. I went with the Apex fuel card. Did the same thing. Did the secure card, put $2,500 on it. Boom. Used my DUNS number and my EIN. Completely separated. Personal had nothing to do with it. What that does is when it comes time to, once you can view your DUNS number and all that other stuff, it'll pop up and it'll just be like, boom, here you go. This is basically the credit that you have going on. And,
That's it.
Alright, so once you establish the DUNS number, then what you want to do, and you have your secure cards, you check your Dun & Bradstreet account. Probably after like 30 days, it'll appear on there, and it'll show, stuff actually moving around. That's basically how that gets established. And at the same time, I'm going to go back to, the payroll and the business account and how that works. Now, when you do all of this, what I did was, well, let's go back even a couple more steps. Back to, surviving lease purchase part 1, when I said you gotta, set up get your home debt and all that together. Well, this is where, when it comes time to establish all this business stuff, it's where it's gonna really play a huge part. Because what you want to do is, if you have low home debt and your income to debt ratio is really low, it's really going to help you out, because your first 30 days of, establishing your lease, you want to just run the truck. You want to run it as hard as you can, get as many miles as you can, and try to make as much money as you can within that 30 days. While you're doing that, you want to fund your payroll. You just want to fund your payroll. You want to, throw some money in your savings. You want to just do all of that you can. I did all this while I was, company still. This wasn't once I became lease, it helped me out more. Well, not lease, but once I got the UPS trucks, it helped me out more. But the thing is, this is basically the whole lease thing, because, if I went into detail about what exactly everything that I did, it would be crazy, because I did a lot while I was a company driver, basically using my production side of my business. But I know a lot of people don't have it like that, so this will be an easier way so it won't confuse you. So the first 30 days on that lease, you want to just run the truck and just save as much as you can, and you want to fund your checking, your savings, and your payroll. Why do I say you want to fund your payroll account? Because after 30 days, that's when you want to start your payroll on your business. Because you're going to have, say if you have $2,000 saved after 30 days. Now, when you run your payroll every week, you always have money in there. You won't be stuck in a bind where it's like, oh damn, I can't basically run my payroll this week because my truck didn't make no money, or my pay got delayed, or something happened where you couldn't make money that week. You can still run your payroll and you can keep it, continuous. So it won't be no loops and it won't get all confusing and all messed up. Or, there's people out there that, I know you've heard stories about people that get paid and then They work for a guy, and then he's like, oh, I can't pay you this week because there's no money in payroll. Well, that's exactly why, because he didn't plan accordingly and plan ahead. This, is preventative. You're preventing yourself from not being able to make your payroll. That way, say if you got 2 grand saved in there, and you don't run for a week, or say you got 2 grand, you have $1,000 coming, and it gets delayed. Well, you can pay yourself 1,000. You can pull it out of there. It pulls your payroll down to 1,000. As soon as your company comes and puts that money in there, boom, you're back at 2,000. So then you're straight. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So then that way everything, it stays level. That's how you want to stay level no matter what you do. And I mean, it goes with your business cards also, because I know with the fuel card, it's always getting paid off, because you're gonna always need fuel every single week. So it's like, boom, you pull the money off, you put the money right back on, and you have to be very, very, very stingy with yourself. You got to be very tight, when it comes to running it, because it's a business. You got to run it with an iron fist. You can't be, giving leeway, saying, oh, today I'm going to blow my fuel card and I'll just worry about it at the end of the month. No, just pay it off at the end of the week. It'll help you out in the long run. So, part 2, it's all about establishing the business, getting all your money saved and your checkings, your savings, and your payroll, and, giving it 30 days to just get everything ready to just hit the ground and just be on top. So once that 30 days is up, you look at your checking, you look at your savings and your payroll, you're ready to go, you're set up. You ain't got no type of issues or anything like that. Everything looks good when the IRS, if they decide to audit you, like, man, they got this stuff together. Thank you. And then, you got your DUNS number established. You got all that ready to go. And then you're good. You're solid. So, yeah, this is part 2 of, surviving a lease purchase. This is more, in depth of the business side of it, getting it all squared away and set up. So, yeah, it's your boy Ghost signing out. Look for part 3. I may even make a part 4 to completely help everyone out. So, love, peace, prosperity. Deuces.